We are now at achievement in cinematography. And again, this one to me is very easy. Dune Part 2. I don't have a snub. My dub is, oh, well, I should mention the nominations. We have The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, for some reason, Emilia Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu. And again, when I think of cinematography, usually I'm thinking of the shots themselves. How do the shots look? And the way that they filmed Arrakis was incredible. And so to me, Dune Part 2 is the win. The only movie I've seen this year that I think even comes close is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, because I think Wes Ball did a fantastic job with the world building and showing the way the world looked with like the plants covering the tree, it's covering into the buildings and all of that. 300 years after, War of the Planet of the Apes. And I really like that whole trilogy, and I really enjoyed Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes this year. So I won't even say that that's like it's kind of my snub because it should have been considered. But even if it was, my dub would go to Dune Part 2. I mean, to me, it was far and away. Like if you're trying to achieve something in cinematography, watch Dune Part 2 and then try to do that. That would be my advice to any cinematographer.
I definitely agree with you. Dune Part Two. There's just some moments that are so jaw-droppingly stunning for for something that is probably just like CG in the background,
Mhm.
and yet he made it feel like it was captured on film. Like that's incredible. Some of the framing, a lot of the, I'm not sure if it would fall under cinematography or like set design or something, but a lot of the like design of these sets were very gorgeous and beautiful. I definitely want to call out Nosferatu. It was so impressive how they lit it. Incredibly dim, yet very readable. Like a world captured with just candlelight. And it really felt like it was lit by candlelight. And it was so impressive to me that I just feel it deserves like a little bit of a shout out um, from the lighting perspective. But yeah, Dune Part Two is probably my pick.
I'm gonna have to agree with y'all mostly because, well, okay, I saw Nosferatu, but I would, I think that Dune Part Two tops that movie with cinematography. Um, I have not seen Brutalist or Emilia Perez or Maria, but I did want to use this platform as a shout out to a movie that was one of my favorites um, of this year. It's called Oddity, and it's on Amazon Prime. And this was a horror film, but it scared me like nothing has ever scared me before, or like I haven't been scared in a long time like this, and I think that was due to partly because of the cinematography. Um, a very unique film set in Ireland, so of course it's beautiful. And the way that like the camera kind of sneaks around or just stays static it's in a different way than most horror, like a generic horror film. It was more artistic, but still like insanely scary. So I recommend that one. But obviously, the Oscars does not.
Clearly, it's a little differently, but at least it got Dune Part 2 nominated. I was,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll go with that one.
yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen an image of like that creature. Like I've seen a screenshot of just that creature before at like the table, just kind of sitting
Hmm.
there.
Mhm.
It's creepy. It's creepy.
Hmm.
It's a good mix of like paranormal and real life horror.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
a good blend. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, Jake, how about you? What is your snub and dub for achievement in cinematography?
To nobody's surprise, I'm gonna also agree and say Dune Part Two should absolutely win. I don't really have any snubs. I really want to see Nosferatu and The Brutalist, because they both look really great. But yeah, Dune Part Two I just think that like a lot of people have been comparing the Dune movies to Lord of the Rings in the sense that like we haven't had this such an epic like book adaptation story in such a long time, and I just think that these movies are just so great, and I just love that like for Dune, like I didn't expect them to be in the public awareness as much as they are, and
Hmm.
I just think that that's so great.
So, I guess it's a full sweep of Dune Part 2. Wait, I don't know if this is our first full sweep, but It's not really that big of a surprise because
Yeah,
I think it's partly because Doom Part 2 was so amazing, but also they didn't really give us much competition to work with, either this year or in the nominations. So, of course, like I said, let us know your thoughts on achievement in cinematography, and we will head on over into the next one for our snubs and dubs.